హైటెక్స్ ఐమాక్స్ కాన్క్లేవ్ హాజరైన సీఎం కేసీఆర్, సీజై ఎన్వి రమణ. ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
Heartfully thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind gesture to our native place. All of us are aware that since ancient time in India, settlements of dispute by village elders has been prevailing. The new trend of alternative dispute resolution system is stemmed from the traditional resolution of disputes at Ratcha Banda in olden days. Now the arbitration is recognized one of the best modes of alternate dispute resolution. India embarked on the liberalization of the economy, particularly industrial and finance sector, as a strategy for economic growth 3 decades ago. We know that ease of doing business and efficient enforcement of contracts are very critical for the growth of economy. Unfortunately, India is lagging behind when it comes to enforcement of contracts. Though it is very late in establishing such a center in the country, we should be happy that it is coming up now and in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a very appropriate choice given its thriving IT and industrial sectors and best quality supporting infrastructure like airport and hotels. And our central location and excellent connectivity with the rest of the country and the world, Hyderabad has emerged as a global city in the recent past. The presence of several global Fortune 500 companies in Hyderabad is the testimony to it. Hyderabad is a multicultural, multilingual city for centuries. Further, with its moderate climate, Hyderabad is the best option to locate this center. I once again thank the Honorable Chief Justice of India, Sri N.V. Ramana garu, for selecting Hyderabad to locate the International Arbitration and Mediation Center. I am aware that sometimes, due to various reasons beyond control, companies do end up facing contractual disputes and other forms of litigation with their suppliers, customers, or partners. Sometimes even the central and state governments become a party to such litigations. Practical experience of last so many decades show that due to a variety of structural reasons, including insufficient number of courts and judges, the litigation gets prolonged and adversely affect the functioning and balance sheets of the affected companies. The alternate dispute resolution mechanism that the proposed arbitration and mediation center provides would be of tremendous value to the industries and business in India. Due to absence of such facility hitherto in our country, I am aware that many companies have to face enormous challenges in getting their disputes resolved in courts and centers located in foreign cities like Singapore, Paris, Dubai and London. On behalf of the Telangana government, I am happy that we have been able to create a 25,000 square feet facility to start the center without any delay. At the same time, we have decided to provide a suitable land parcel that is in Puppalaguda, just now selected by Honorable Chief Justice of India, very close to the part of the financial district of Hyderabad, for a permanent building for the center. I am confident that under the personal stewardship of respected Chief Justice of India, Sri N.V. Ramana garu, ably assisted by our trustees like Honorable Justice Sri Nageshwarrao garu and Honorable Justice R.P. Ravindran garu, the center will receive huge patronage, not just from our state and the whole country, but also from the entire Asia, thereby making it stand out as a premier institution of global repute. I am happy that the formal inauguration of the center is taking place in another fortnight's time. I convey my best wishes for the tremendous success of this center. Thank you very much. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind, Jai Telangana.
Thank you very much, sir, for the contribution of yourself and the entire government in making the dream of Honorable Chief Justice of India a reality. It is my pleasant duty to now invite Honorable Justice Shri L. Nageshwar Rao Garu to deliver his presidential address.
Justice N.V. Ramana, Chief Justice of India. Justice Satish Chandra Sharma, Chief Justice Telangana High Court. Shri Chandrasekhar Rao, Chief Minister of Telangana. Shri Indrakaran Reddy, Minister for Law. My colleagues from the Supreme Court, Mr. Subhash Reddy, Justice Subhash Reddy, who will join us soon, and Justice Hima Kohli, and Justice Narasimha. Justice Kurian Joseph, former judge of the Supreme Court. Mr. Prashant Mishra, Chief Justice of the Andhra Pradesh High Court. Judges of the Telangana High Court and Andhra Pradesh High Court, Mr. K.T. Ramarao and his cabinet colleagues, members of the Governing Council, representatives of the industry and business from Hyderabad and other places, the press, and all others present here. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I should tell you that this center is a brainchild of the Chief Justice of India. Immediately after taking over as Chief Justice, we had a discussion and he told me that there was this concept of starting a center about 20 years back, and even land was allotted by the then government. But the center could not materialize. So we discussed about the center and the usefulness of this center and how it would cater to those who are seeking to resolve their disputes by arbitration. Without the cooperation of the government of Telangana, we could not have achieved the progress which we have achieved so far. And with the active assistance of Mr. K.T. Ramarao and the Law Minister, we have made significant progress even before the inauguration takes place on 18th of December. Justice Ravindran, who's a life trustee, has been an inspiration. I have been working with him closely for the past 4 months, and he's so punctilious. And with the able guidance of Justice Ravindran, the members of the Governing Council have framed the rules of the trust as well as the arbitration and mediation center. We have accomplished people from the field of arbitration in the Governing Council. Sir Bernard Eder is an international arbitrator and mediator who has 35 years of experience in commercial litigation and international arbitration. He is a member of the Governing Council. Mr. Toby Landau is a barrister and an advocate and a member of the bars of England and Wales, Singapore, New York, and he is also an experienced arbitrator who has consented to be a member of the Governing Council. We have Dr. Young Park, who is the Vice President of the London Court of International Arbitration and a member of the Singapore International Arbitration Centre, who is also a member of a Governing Council member. Mr. Chitra Narayan, who is a renowned arbitrator, has consented to be in the Governing Council. We have Mr. Nakul Diwan, who is a senior counsel, who is a very busy arbitration practitioner. He is also a member of the council. We have Pramod Nair, who specializes in arbitration, who is a member. Mr. Sitesh Mukherjee, he is a member of the Governing Council and he is the pro tem CEO. Till we appoint a regular CEO, he has been in charge of the affairs of the trust till now. We appointed Tariq Khan, who is very well experienced in the field of arbitration, who will be the registrar of this center. Before I say a few words, I would like you to hear the messages sent by members of the Governing Council from beyond the shores, Mr. Toby Landau and Dr. Young Park.
Honourable Chief Justice of India, Honourable Mr. Justice L.N. Rao, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honourable Chief Minister of the State of Telangana, Honourable Chief Justice of the High Court of Telangana, other distinguished judges of the Supreme Court of India and the High Court of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, ladies and gentlemen. It is now getting quite cold in London, but I send you all very warm greetings and best wishes with regard to the launch of the International Arbitration and Mediation Centre in Hyderabad. Over almost 50 years, my own practice, both as counsel and as arbitrator, has focused on international arbitration. And during that time, the old days of ad hoc arbitration have largely given way to institutional arbitration, and for very good reason. Experience has shown the substantial advantages of institutional arbitration, from the beginning of the arbitral process when the tribunal is first appointed until the publication of the award. It provides an appropriate structure for the resolution of commercial disputes and ensures so far as possible that the arbitral process is carried out fairly, with reasonable speed and at reasonable cost. These three objectives, fairness in process, reasonable speed, and reasonable cost, lie at the heart of successful modern commercial arbitration. It is with these objectives in mind that the IAMC has been set up and the applicable arbitration rules have been drafted. Under the watchful eye and guiding hand of the Board of Trustees and the Registrar, I am sure that these objectives will be achieved and that the IAMC Hyderabad will soon become one of the great arbitral institutions in the world. So it is a great honour and privilege for me to send you greetings from London and to wish everybody a successful launch of the International Arbitration and Mediation Centre, Hyderabad. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on the Governing Council of the International Arbitration and Mediation Centre, Hyderabad. This centre is a great initiative to match a rapidly developing market in Hyderabad and looks to start a new era of doing business in Hyderabad. Hyderabad, with its vast IT industry, is the ideal location to set up the International Arbitration and Mediation Centre. Arbitration and mediation are the model forms of dispute resolution for such an industry, as they provide efficient